Alright, so there's a lot of talk or even controversy over what is the actual point of no return when it comes to stretching your ears. And honestly, that's going to really depend on the person. Everybody is completely different, okay? I've seen some people stretch their ears to 6 gauge and not shrink up a bit, and I've seen some people stretch their ears all the way up to 5/8 and it completely shrinks up. Now, there's obviously different variables that go into play as to why that might happen for both scenarios. And then there's some technical information that leads to those causes. First off, I usually like to say 6 gauge, 4 gauge is a pretty safe bet. You go beyond that, it's not shrinking completely all the way up, okay? Think of it like if you're properly stretching your ears and you're growing that tissue, you get to a hefty enough size, that tissue's not going to go anywhere. It doesn't just disappear. It will shrink up a hair, but it's not just going to go away, okay? So, as a general rule of thumb, if you're not sure about fully committing to stretching your ears or the ear stretching process, you probably aren't going to want to go bigger than a 6 gauge or a 4 gauge, okay? Like I said before though, there's always that anomaly. You're always going to hear the story of so-and-so who did stretch your ears to 5/8 or even 3/4 and it shrunk all the way up, but just know that that is not the norm. And also, 99% of the time when that does happen, there's always an outside variable as to why that happened. Which could have been their ear was in an extreme state of irritation when they took the plug out and they're at that larger size and causing it to shrink and close all the way up. Or they're just 1 in a million, I don't know. But as a general rule of thumb, 6 gauge, 4 gauge, beyond that, you're part of the club. You're not going anywhere, all right? Below that, you're probably pretty safe, okay? So if you're not sure, just stay below those sizes, okay? Cool.